Okay, so I'm making fried Baltic herring. I only found frozen ones because it's not the season right now. But I also need some kind of flour. There's a ton of choice here. Actually, rye flour specifically I'm looking for. Moi everyone and welcome to Finnish Your Plate. I'm here on location in Turku, Finland, and I wanted to make one of my favorite Finnish dishes, which is fried Baltic herring. And the reason why I wanted to make it is because Baltic herring is not readily available in the US, so since I have a chance now, let me do that. You could definitely substitute many types of similar small white fish in this dish, but again, since they're available, unfortunately now is not the Baltic herring season, so I had to get some frozen fillets, but it'll still be good. And let's put them on the plate over here so they can defrost a little bit. Let's put them all skin side up. So this is what a Baltic herring fillet looks like. It has the skin on and it's been deboned, and it's a pretty small fish fillet. Some of these are smaller than others, and the skin is pretty thin as well. I know there's definitely many other fishes you could substitute this with, but since I'm here, I'm gonna use the real deal. Okay, so first what I'm gonna do, just gonna salt these up. On both sides. Just a little bit of pepper too. Black pepper. Again on both sides. You could use white pepper as well. White pepper is actually pretty common in Finnish cooking. I don't have any, I'll use black pepper. Let me flip these over. And now I'm gonna salt them on the reverse side, or the front side rather. Some pepper. I have here some rye flour. So we're gonna bread these with some rye flour. You could use rye meal or even rye breadcrumbs. But either way, rye is the essential ingredient here. Let me just sprinkle some on my plate over here. This is a super simple dish, but it's very tasty because of the rye specifically. So now I'm just going to dredge all these fillets in my rye and salt mix. The fillets should not be dry. Don't pat them dry before dredging, because this way the flour will coat it a little bit better. I'm gonna let these sit for just a moment while I prep my other ingredients. I have some lemon here and some dill, so I'm just gonna chop up some dill first. I have here some fresh dill, so I'm just gonna chop it up. And what I'm gonna do with this dill is I'm gonna make also a quick sauce Kermaviili is a
Cold
popular
sauces
Finnish
called for kermaviili.
ingredient. A lot of sauces, specifically cold sauces. It's, if you've seen my video, it's a fermented milk product that has a little bit higher fat content. So that's why it's being used in cooking rather than eaten alone. I'm going to empty the entire contents of this kermaviili. This is kind of like sour cream. You could use sour cream in the US. And I'm gonna add a whole bunch of dill that I just chopped. And I'll also squeeze in some lemon juice. Mix it all together. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. Let's taste it. Okay. Could use maybe a little bit more salt, so I'll add a touch more. And we'll add a generous amount of butter on the pan. Let it melt and sizzle up. Okay, my butter is ready, so I'm just gonna make sure it's evenly distributed, and then put my fillets in here. And we'll just quickly fry these on both sides until they are nice and brown. So we could use a little bit more time on that side. My heat is on medium high. You could definitely flip these over a couple times, that's fine. So the rye flour is going to make these really crispy. Okay, this batch is ready. I'm just going to put them on the plate to rest. And I will add more butter in my pan. Like many Finnish dishes, they rely on the freshness of the ingredients with minimal processing. So I'm going to add my second batch in. If you're visiting Finland and you see some lunch restaurants, usually you can tell them they have the words lounas, ravintola. You might just find this kind of home cooking in those restaurants. So let's plate this up. I have here just regular mashed potatoes, but I'm gonna add a little extra to the mashed potatoes by adding just a little bit of extra butter in the center. And let's grab a few of these fillets. Oops. And I'll sprinkle on a little bit of extra dill for garnish. And we'll add a little bit of the sauce we made. Sour cream and dill. There you go. And what would any Finnish dish be without some rye bread? So I'm gonna add a piece of rye bread to my plate. Here you go, this is a traditional reikäleipä. You can see the hole in the middle. And when you buy it from the stores, it's already pre-sliced. But here you can definitely see the hole in the middle, how they used to hang it up from the ceiling. So I'm just gonna add a couple of pieces of freshly baked rye bread. Most often, Finns eat rye bread with maybe just some butter on it, maybe some cheese. So since I have this premium butter, I'm just gonna use some of that on my bread. And here we go, fried Baltic herring, Finnish style. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Finish Your Plate.